Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Healing the Planet from Within. My name is Santosha and I'm currently recording here from a children's center on the border of Thailand and Myanmar. When I first arrived here, I noticed the energies were different. There was some spiritual power on the land or something, and I couldn't quite figure out what it was. Hey, I want to show you around this magical place and introduce you to Didi, who's been here for nearly 40 years, taking care of 130 children. So I'm going to interview Didi, and then I'm going to show you around.
So I am Didi Ananda Devamala. I'm a yoga nun. So for the last 40 years, I've been doing meditation, take care of people and service and teaching whatever about the path of spirituality.
A yoga nun.
I'm a yoga nun.
Yoga
yes.
nun under Ananda Marga. And what brought you to Ananda Marga to begin with?
Well, at that time I was searching for something to fulfill my heart desire. I want to do meditation. I thought meditation will be something that really will help me to overcome my weakness and to become strong. So I was searching a lot for meditation, but it was beyond my means. Of course, I was only 20 years old. I was looking for something for my life because it became so dark and so painful. There was no meaning. And I was thinking meditation will be a good thing, something that will help me to internalize, to understand, to make me strong. But at that time it was quite difficult to get a meditation teaching. It was in the 70s and 78, 79. Everything, there was some meditation, like a transcendental meditation, but it was for rich people, and I wasn't rich. I was just a common person. I have a job, and I give my salary to my family. There was no left for these things. So, but Ananda Marga suddenly appeared, and they were offering free classes, yoga classes. So I just take it immediately.
Wow, okay. So it just came out of need for something. And I think that's many people start on the same journey like this.
For peace, for get grounded, to understand life in a different way, for clarity. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And where were you at the time when this was happening?
I was in my hometown, Verona, in the north of Italy.
Okay. From Italy. Yeah, wow. And then and now you're here 35 years later, the mother of 130 children. How did that happen? I mean, when I watch the amount of projects that you have here, I mean, you have these children, you're sending them to school, you're paying for their schooling, there's clothes, there's food, even sending some going to university,
Yes, yeah.
And how are you doing? How did that start? I mean, you didn't start with 130 children, but
No.
I'd love to hear a little bit about the story about how such a big project gets started.
Then it started because, when I was 20, my first connection to meditation, and I was completely fascinated and I wanted to go deeper and deeper. So it didn't take a long time. I went immediately to see my spiritual master in India, and then after that I did try to train myself to become a better person, and I refined my mind. But it happened that finally my path was to go to become nun in the training center in Sweden. So in the 79 I left to go to Sweden training center, and there I received my training spiritual nun for 1 year, and then my training continued on the field. So I went back to Italy for a while, then I went to Israel, and my journey brought me many different places until I came to Thailand. And in Thailand, when I came in contact with the reality along the border, I felt here I'm needed. Here I need to stay. I need to stop and apply what my yoga and message tell to me, that I'm not allowed only to develop myself, but I have to return to humanity. So to be in the middle of society and still to find the peace and quiet to be able to do meditation. So I came here.
Wow, and I'm so glad you did. I mean, you're changing lives. For 35 years, you're changing lives, and it's such an inspiration. A little bit about the children. You said a lot of them come from Myanmar?
Yes, I came because at the first in Myanmar there was a revolution. The young students rebelled against the government. They went on the outside to make a manifestation against the government, but the government suppressed them. They catch them, put in the jail, tortured them, killed them, but many were able to run away. And one of the places they chose was Sankraburi. So I met them, this young student, when they ran away from Burma. It was in the jungle. And I also was so inspired about their ideology, their readiness to fight against injustice. And I felt they have a power, they can really do it. They can really do, their emotion is so strong. So I stay to observe and to help.
Wow, wow, that is amazing. I did not know that story. So they're coming from Myanmar over the border into Thailand, where we are right now. Wow, that's really inspiring. And are some of those children still here?
No, my first meeting were with the rebels, with the students that they start to create what is called guerrilla. They unite with the other tribal and do guerrilla against the government. That were not my children. It was my meeting first to the reality of this place.
Okay.
And then when the civilians start to run away because the war started within Myanmar, then there was desperation. Family that break out and children that didn't know where to go. So at the time I came here, I decided to be here, to do whatever I can. I didn't have money, but I have myself. And I think I start very humble. I will start a agriculture program so that we can have vegetable in this part of Sankraburi. But as I was doing my garden, children start to come. People start to ask me, can you help this child? Can you help this child? So slowly, I start to have my group of children. It didn't start suddenly 130. It started with 1, and then 2, and 3, and 4, 5, until it became 10. It was a big group already. And without resource, without money, it was a real challenge. But as a yoga nun, I came to know about another kind of law, universal law, that more you give, more you get. I came in touch here with this reality, and that I have to surrender completely to the greatness, to the Supreme, and He will take care. I have to learn how to surrender, how to be completely devoted, with the faith that the things will come, money will come at the time of need.
Wow, everybody wants to learn this universal law, Didi, and here you are living it. You're a living proof of this. It's just, to me, so honoring to be in your presence, to know someone who's living this lifestyle and giving of service and changing lives through this universal law. Now, you're Ananda Marga.
Yes.
What is one lesson that you've learned from your master that's helping this?
Yeah, this is about surrender, that belief. I do His work. His work is to elevate society from suffering, and He will do my work. So that is the big lesson. Until now, I'm still learning that. Even though that time I need a little money, only $200 were enough. And still, it was so hard to get that. But it will come. And now I need much more than that, much more. And still it's a big surrender to believe that my need will be met. And it happened for the last 35 years. We are able, every month we are able to meet our need. every month. Sometimes in a very magical way. All the time it's a different way. Every time it's in a different way. Sometimes I'm so in a hurry to finish my last money because I want to see the next miracle. I want to see how food will come on my table, how I'm able to pay the bills.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's full surrender and full practice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And all your money comes in from sponsors.
Yes. People that come to know about us and they decide to help.
And you have many different projects here. Are they all part of this master unit, or are they independent projects?
No, it start with the help the children. First it was the garden, but the garden I never did it. I stopped it because the children become more than what I could deal with. So, but then I had to focus what the children need. Children need mothers. Even though my children were abandoned, I think it is not fair that I take the children without addressing the problem of mothers. So immediately I start to think to do something to help mothers. Mothers that have to leave their children because they didn't have money to feed them, and hopefully that their child will be able to survive while they will not be able.
Wow.
So then we start this project about weaving center, sewing center to shelter mothers. Those mothers that come to bring their baby, I will invite them. You stay here, you learn a job, you do a job, take care of your child, and we will take care of you. So I can say that I saved many families in this way. Many mothers grow with their children from babyhood until they are high school students.
Wow.
I saw many families were saved in this way.
And we were in the sewing center this morning, so we'll do some videos of this. But it's quite inspiring to see the amount of products that are there available. And anyone can buy these products supporting the single mothers and the children who are learning how to make the products. Yeah. Some of them are so well done, it's impressive. So yeah, it's really inspiring, that project. But there's also, like, there's a bakery.
Yes, because we need, thinking about the children, we need them to learn a job. And the bakery was not only just for the need of the children to learn a job, but the need to propagate our idea about vegetarian. Let the community know that there is a way, that vegetarian way, that don't need to kill, don't need to hurt. We can still live. So it was our society around Sankraburi not vegetarian. So it's not that our bakery, our coffee shop and restaurant will work a lot, but we are the message that we are giving. And people time to time come, and anyway, foreigner, when they come, they are very happy to get a vegetarian food from us. In this way, our children learn a job, learn how to cook, they learn how to serve, they learn how to go to sell, and it's the first step to enter society, not to be shy, and to project your energy and develop your quality according to what the community need.
No, these are older children. At what age do they start at the bakery?
They start when they enter. It depends on their age. Some children come late, so when about 16, 17, 18 years old, they start to enter. They start to learn a job and learn how to commit the job, because sometimes it's, get money and not care much about job. No, they really become committed. They feel the pride of they are able to do a job properly.
So when they grow up, even into their 20s and 30s, they can go out into the workplace, out into society.
Yes, they
They
can.
already have skills.
Not all of them, they will learn this skill about bakery. Some other will learn farming, some other they will learn weaving, sewing. Anyway, all the aspects of Unrak are for the children to learn a life, to get introduced to life. So yes, they will have a skill.
Yeah, some go to university as well, so.
And some children will go to university. Not everybody are able to go,
Mm,
but some of them, yes.
mm, mm, mm. I loved it when one of your children, she comes back. She's older now, married, has a baby, and she comes back to visit. You can really see she's fully empowered as a young lady, you know, being raised here with all these skills and community and meditation and yoga and sattvic vegetarian food. And they're really gaining a lot of power that normal children in the world don't have access to this loving kindness yoga lifestyle. And you can really see them thriving. The one thing I find fascinating, and it's also saw it in North Bali at the Master Unit, is that these are children, like the boys especially, see them in their testosterone phase, and I've never seen one angry person. No angry children ever. I always see them happy and doing their thing, and because they're on sattvic food, doing yoga and meditation, you know, they're in a purer lifestyle. And that's really inspiring. And I like to speculate on what this kind of community could look like in the world.
We feel that we are a pilot project, that we want to show to the world that this way of life is possible. Of course, our children also are affected by what happened in the society. They are affected because also the media and we are flooded with that, and we have to allow the children that go to the high school to have a telephone. And this sometimes it is really dangerous because they get lost so easy. From very dynamic child, they become lazy, they don't want to communicate with the others. But still we have our own way to keep our community together with our meditation, with their yoga. We still can regulate, and they can control the need to be in the social media all the time.
Yeah, I can see that the yoga, meditation, the kirtan is really holding everything together because it's a group activity. Everybody does it morning and evening, and they all have something in common. And that's what makes a thriving community, is that common activity. But what's more is that this one's based on, you know, ancient Indian practices, which is very powerful. It does bring people together in a higher vibration. It's really inspiring. But, you know, I'm always asking you, how do you do it? How do you manage such a large project? What is your secret?
Actually, there is no secret. We didn't start large. That is the thing. We had to start with small, and slowly, slowly test your capacity and challenge a little bit. A little challenge, no big challenge, because we are building up a community. So the core of community have to be strong, have to be positive. So the children come to us, they come with many social problems, with many problems of abuse, of neglect, of abandon. So they are not very peaceful in their mind. If they come 10 children all together with a problem, it would be very difficult for us. So that's why we start. Slowly, slowly our children become controlled and quiet, and the new group coming, new child come, they just want to adapt. Children want to adapt to their environment. So they adapt to the good vibration. And so it is a kind of building up. Not suddenly have a group of completely destroy mentally children and try to fix it. It will be very difficult. It's also possible. I believe it's possible, but so difficult. And so I advise slowly, slowly build up your project, not from big, make a big thing. Start small and big, expand.
And when I noticed that also through our conversations previously, that when there's a need in this community is when a new project gets going. Like you're mentioning the need right now, there's a goat, and you know
yes.
there's a need, and so you want to have this project start growing. Would you like to share this about the goat?
Yeah, it is like, the mind that we refine our mind, there is always something more to refine. Like we want to be neo-humanistic, means we include in our family not only human being but also animal and plants. And there is so many things about animal that people don't realize. So like the milk industry, they don't care much. They say they care, but I saw really they don't care much about, you know, the animal life, the need of the animal. So I try to make my own product of milk where the animal are treated well. And treated well means we have to maintain their life and give food and everything. But for the goat, they reproduce so fast, so fast, and we have so many male. And so we have to, I want to make, they cannot be together with the female goat all the time because they reproduce. And I saw, there was a time I let my goat to be free. And I see they're suffering, actually, they're suffering, their life is not flourishing. They don't have, the male goat don't have control, and all this time the goat get pregnant, and first they become physically drained. So I learned from veterinary that we should regulate. So, but I still, my goat male, I have to take care of them. And together with our goat, they will create a problem. So I decided that I want to relocate the male goat to be near the home where the children are, so that they can, the children can get interaction with the goat, and they can be around our area. But the female goat will be in the farm where they can easily go to the island. We bring them with the raft to the island every day so that they will not destroy our crops. You know, the goat eat everything. So still we can grow our stuff, our vegetable, but they will be in the island where somebody will follow them, make sure that wild animals don't come to attack them. So we will have, I think we will have to have the goat in a different area, and we only interact in the time that we design for them, that is healthy. There is enough gap between one birth to another, no continuous birth. So I really need to make a new area for goat where they can roam freely with a big area of fencing where they can go freely around. And time to time, maybe we also bring them to the island. We have to switch with the female goat. And so I really would like to have this project running, doing this project, but people not so interested for helping the animal. They don't see the need. But as we love animals, we have to understand their need. And so their need, you know, in the past it was easy. When the male goat come, they will just give for food, but we cannot do that. Many neighbors, they ask us goat, and actually they want to buy from us. We refuse to sell. If we give free, but we have to make sure they will be loved, they will be taken care, they will not be used for food. So,
so there's the goat projects.
Yeah.
So there's different, when a need comes up and a new project starts. And so I think that's how this place has been grown. And so there's a calling, if anyone's watching the YouTube video who wants to reach out to Didi, who's aligned with the Margi principles, would like to support the goat project, then there's something there, a long-term project to get your hands into. But Didi, you're really particular, and I need to say this with the greatest respect, because she's holding sacred space for this project, and I would do the same. Not everyone is allowed to come here. Not every volunteer, not every person, because there's a particular space you're holding here.
there is a dynamic. Children also need quiet. And if we continuously have visitor or volunteer, the children will be all the time in adrenaline mood. And yeah, it's so nice when group comes and when volunteers are here. but had to be regulated like everything. When we eat food, we cannot eat everything because it's delicious, because we like it. We have to regulate. And so is also the income of volunteer and groups. We welcome them, want to welcome them, but not all the time, anytime, have to be regulated. And so that will be completely beneficial. The group bring their culture, their excitement, their differences to our teenagers, but not all the time. We need the time and space to be ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely, because you're holding this growth for them. And if you have some crazy person who likes to go and party and drink alcohol in this sacred space, it's not aligned to this energy. And so picking and choosing people that come to this place is really important. So that's why, when we're mentioning the Goat Project or anything else, if people feel a heart to give or share or sponsor the project financially even, we welcome all this, but everything goes through Didi, because he's been holding space here for 35 years.
Yes, I think people will not come that like to drink because they see our website. If people feel in tune with our way of life, they will ask to come. So we already have a big screening. So, but then still, we are not able to welcome everybody. So it is we need, but in certain area we need. So like now, very soon I will have a teacher, music teacher coming here, and I feel it's so important for the children, because when they have art, when the life become beyond survival, I give food and medicine and medical, and then clothes, house to stay, and education. So, but the mind requires always something more. These things I give is survival. But after survival, we need, refine the mind. Art is that thing that refine the mind. And I saw that many of the children conflict and trauma can get worked out through fine art, dance, music, and painting. So if people that have this particular call in society to teach art, then they are welcome. But of course, if we have already one, we cannot have another 3 or 4. Occasionally groups, yes, and then physiotherapy. Of course, we have children with physical problem that need to correct, and we need people that come here with this skill to help our children. And once we do for our children, it's not only for our children. We have only one child that has challenges, but when we have capacity to help this child, we also invite the neighbor. There are many children with challenges, physical challenge in the community. We didn't call as yet because we don't have to offer anything. But if we have people with great in the physiotherapy, there are so many children in the community that need.
Wow, okay, so even that's something that can, another need that can be fulfilled. So even though you've been going for 35 years, there's always room for growth and expansion and support for the children. Yes, because a young girl is in a wheelchair, and you have other children who are in need, and I love the idea of music. When is this music teacher coming?
Next month.
Next month. Oh wow, that's going to be so much fun for the children. I'm sure they're gonna, and you have a yoga teacher here at the moment.
Yes.
So that's also very good for the children. Yeah, so it's all focused on the children's development and happiness.
Yeah, also skill like baking, so that we can learn better product to give to the people. Fashion designer, maybe we don't need it right now because our child, Kushuma, she became fashion designer, and she did 4 different fashion shows with the children of Unrak.
Wow.
During our university here, she was coming back in her free time, and she created a fashion show every year. And now she is going to build a new fashion show also for this year.
That's lovely.
And
So it's just amazing what's happening here. It's absolutely amazing. And how many acres of land is this?
5.
5 acres.
Yeah.
Wow, and you've got a lot of different buildings. I mean, we're sitting underneath this. When was this building built?
2005.
What-
This one is maybe later 2008, after 2 years.
And what would you call this building?
This is we call pagoda. It's the place where we come to do meditation.
Mm.
It is in a natural setting. It's very quiet at the top of the hill. Here we do a particular experiment with the children. It is called Microvita Research Center. We want to find those plants that have a special vibration that attract spiritual energy and create quietness around. And only here we do meditation and uplift lectures or music that are conducive for spiritual growth.
So the plants here are planted for this energy.
Yes.
So what are the types of plants that you planted?
So in the Yantra, I have a Yantra here that is Bhairavi chakra. At the vertex of every spoke of the star, we plant a tree that has a particular energy.
Mm-hmm.
The first one in the corner here is wooden apple. The next is the Buddha tree. Next is cotton silk tree, then neem tree, banyan tree, and the sixth is amla. Amla is India gooseberry.
Yes, I know amla. What was the first tree called?
Wooden apple. Wooden apple.
Wooden apple.
What is called? Bell apple.
Ah,
Bell.
okay.
Bell fruit.
I
Bell
didn't know
fruit.
that one. I knew the other ones. Wow, these are very spiritually enlightened trees for sure. If you know the Buddha tree, Amla tree, we know them as very spiritual. So they're all planted around this. Are there other plants that are here holding the space?
Yeah,
or those
for
main
the energy between the main core of the Bhairavi chakra that go to the vertex of the star, there is basil. Basil.
ones?
So
Any particular basil?
this are, I think any basil is good,
Okay.
but what we plant is Krishna basil,
Mm-hmm.
the dark one,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow they didn't become dark here. They are all green. But they have some very nice property for health.
Wow, and you can really feel it. The energies up here in this space are very peaceful. I know when I first arrived, I started feeling, this is lovely. I don't have to do meditation. Here I am feeling the meditation. And children are being raised in this environment, guys. I mean, this is so magical. And who designed such an amazing, what we call these master units? Who designed these magical places?
Just it happened. We just think what is the best for the child. They need spirituality. They need. I create this place because for future I hope to attract spiritual group, people that want to learn meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And it is I have a reason for that because the area around us is not so spiritual. Actually, it was based on exploitation, abuse, and so children are very attracted to that materialistic life.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know another life except the materialistic life. But here, when they see our guests, our people coming that are really very different, they're really very soft and mentally compassionate. So they say, oh, there is another society. And so they also maybe they want to belong to that society. So that was the reason of my Microvita Research Center. Beside the fact that I want to learn deeper meditation and understand how Microvita affect our meditation.
Mm-hmm. It's really inspiring, and I know that these communities do changes in the world, make these positive changes to the local communities. Because in Australia, there's this one weekend workshop that was running that was meant to be heart-centered yoga, spiritual growth, and it ran for 11 years. And anyone who went to these was very heart-centered and warm and would come and give you a hug, and you felt in sacred space in their presence. And so this one city where it was running for 11 years, a lot of those people were in this heart-centered space, and it only ran once a year. And you are here permanently like this, holding this space, and I know this has a reverberation energy out into the world. So in one of the darker, more troubled places in the world, you plant this energy here. Look, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. And you're growing in this higher vibrational state, radiating this out to the energies. We know that makes changes to people.
I believe so. I believe it is on the hill also, and the water is in the middle of a Bhairavi chakra, and this water will go to the children home, and they will use this water for bathing, for cleaning. So the vibration move with the water.
It's so inspiring, honestly, what you're doing. It's absolutely amazing. I dream of doing a place like this myself for many years, and I just to see it in working. And you have like the women, the girls are separate from the boys, but you also have a little kids area, and the single mothers and their babies are also in this area too.
The single mom. We have a house for the single mom, but it's very small. So whereas the single mom, they stay here longer with us. They get absorbed either in the boy house or in the girl house, depend the gender of their children.
Okay.
Because we are required to separate after a certain age. The children have to be separated. We are nearby. We are not really. It is like a neighbor. So, but they need, because the teenager, the teenager hormones are very strong, and they need to see the girl, the boy need to see the girl as their sister, not as their potential partner, because we all the time emphasize we are brother and sister. But anyway, some love story happen between our teenagers sometimes. Even some of them marry together later on and have children.
Yeah.
Yes. But
wow. Okay. But that's later on. I mean, first
later,
they're raised as
this place.
Separately.
There will be love story. They fall in love with somebody outside, and the girl, they're more easy to run away to get to their lover, because of our culture teaching that the prince will come and change their life and they will be forever happy.
Society's mindset is like that, right? I know. And you see that on social media, these love stories as well, and it kind of trains the mind to look for this and to run towards this. But it's good they're having, at least a solid upbringing.
Yes, but our boy, they are not so eager to be the Princess Charming. It's too much responsibility. They think a lot before that. But anyway, yes, we have to be separate because of our hormone, and they have to be with themselves. They have to grow themselves before being able to sustain this. It's a big responsibility. The relationship in this society, there is no good example of relationship. They're always very expensive, very painful. All the relationship. But there will be, a time in the society where the mind will become more calm, that the relationship will be pleasant again.
Didi, I wish you could teach this concept to the entire world. Everybody needs to learn from you. Nobody, like most parents haven't learned that from their parents, and the children are not learning how to be responsible before you get in a relationship, how to be a grown man or woman before you get in a relationship. We see a lot of young people getting married or having babies too young, and nobody learns this. The children are getting a solid foundation here, and yes, I wish this message could go out to the world. So we're putting it out there in the video, and hopefully. So what is some advice you might give to the listeners who are watching this amazing setup here or learning from this scenario and hopefully picking up some of the energy? Do you have some wisdom or advice or
Yeah,
something?
yes. Yes, that is that very unlikely that they get the wrong information from society. We just society tells think about yourself, make a person more isolated, more alone, and they have to work so much to be able to secure their future and their survival in the society. So I give a different message to my children. You know, you don't come to this world alone. You come with a mission, and the mission is that whatever you decide, what will be your mission, wherever you feel comfortable and good, but when you leave this world, you should leave this world a better place than what you came in. So you have to budget in your life society. You cannot think only my growth, my little space and my survival. You have to take responsibility. So the first is family, but family is not finished to that. You have to also think about all humanity.
Yeah, if everyone around the world was doing that,
Mm.
the world would be a different place.
Yes.
That's a beautiful message, Didi. That's a beautiful message. Wow. Healing the planet from within. It's beautiful. Everybody can do their part right now just by thinking about other people and giving of service to other people, being kindness, and yes, leaving the world a better place than when you first entered. Wow, that has such deep wisdom. It's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and you know, just even letting me be here. I feel so honored and so grateful to experience this, and I'm sure it's setting the tone for my future as well of giving service to people and helping people. You're an amazing role model for me, Didi. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you to you to be here. Okay.